So I randomly came across this little subreddit yesterday called Lost Media. Now, within one of these posts, somebody actually mentioned this is not like an iPhone subreddit. They actually mentioned all these old iOS games are considered lost or partially lost. I'm currently collecting them. And what's very interesting is a lot of these people under here were stating that a lot of the games and apps that they used to play are also kind of considered lost. And this screenshot really threw me off because I kind of forgot about a lot of these games, to be honest. Now, in this specific case, I wanted to take a look at a few. So we had Flappy Bird, Minecraft, Eyeball, all these other ones as well. But when I think back to, this specific era, especially with the game Flappy Bird, if you all remember it was actually pretty crazy what happened. The developer wanted to actually step away from this game, and you can actually still play it online, which is actually pretty interesting, and it's actually pretty accurate. When this game first came out, the developer, was making a bunch of money, then he didn't want to do it anymore. It was kind of an interesting story. I'm not too sure why that happened. But what's very, very interesting is that since then, a lot of these devices that had these types of games have, been going up in value. Now they're not really up in value anymore, but there's also games like, Fortnite that also had the same effect. And so when I look at these specific applications and I look at the impact that they have nowadays, it's almost like a cult with some of these games. But the very interesting thing is with recent developments, if you all remember, with the recent Apple App Store policy changes that they did, whereas, if you don't actually go ahead and, pretty much update your application for the last, year or 2 years or whatever, Apple can actually go ahead and remove these specific applications. And here's an article from The Verge, and they state Apple's new App Store rule for easier account and data deletion hits June 30th. So it means that if your specific applications and games don't get updated, I think it's every 2 years or so, but if you read these articles that go in a little bit more in detail, they actually state the exact same thing that could happen with certain games like these, not necessarily in the same vein like Flappy Bird or ones where developers delete them, but games that maybe haven't been updated in a long time. Maybe the developers aren't there anymore. Maybe the developers give up on the project, but people still want access to some of these games. And what ends up happening is that we just get into a really weird situation where a lot of the games and the apps that we want to download natively, we don't have the opportunity to. Maybe the developers gave up on the apps or the games. And if you think about it, the iPhone 10, this type of design, has been out for many years now, since 2017. And a lot of the biggest concerns is, oh, well, if you have an iPhone, why would you want to rock an older iPhone app when you can get the newer one? Well, not every single application, has a newest version. Maybe there was one app that worked really well, and now if that app goes out of business, then it's going to be really hard to go ahead and actually go through and use those applications. And there's a lot of Apple apps where they haven't updated in a long time either. I don't really remember iMovie the last time this one got updated, but this one was a month ago, I guess. I guess they do a decent job at updating them every once in a while, but there's several times where some applications don't get updates for very long periods of time. So I say this to say, yeah, it's really reminiscent to look back at these older applications and be like, oh, remember this game, remember this game, remember this game. But we really will be in a weird situation if these App Store policies go enacted, if these App Store policies are exactly what they say they're going to be, and they start removing all these older applications too. So I would love to hear your opinion on this. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.